Shabbat Shalom and Chag Sameach. Toda Rabbah. When was the Declaration of Independence for the United States of America signed? Oh, come on. It's actually a little bit of a trick question. It happened a few days before the official date. Let me qualify that then. What is the official date as commemorated for the signing of the Declaration of Independence? July 4th, 1776. Excellent. And, of course, what is the celebration of the Declaration of Independence? Independence Day from the United Kingdom, from King George, from everything that was going on. No taxation without representation, yada, 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 the rights of man. All amazing, wonderful principles. We hold these truths to be self-evident. And to this day, we continue to celebrate July 4th as our Independence Day with fireworks, with barbecue, with civic activities. It is an amazing event and an experience. Everybody agrees, yes? Great. When was the Constitution signed? 1791? Nope. 81. All right, let me hold on. We'll make it easy. When was the Constitution implemented? 81. Nope. 1789. When was the Constitution signed? The Constitution was signed September 17th, finally ratified, I should say, September 17th, 1787. Why don't we know that date? Why do we know the date of Independence Day, but we don't know the date of the Constitution? Well, actually, let me give you another test. Do you know anything beyond "We the People," the preamble of the Constitution? We can quote bits of Declaration of Independence. Beyond "We the People," can we quote anything? Okay, we can get to the Bill of Rights, which came just a little later, and we can maybe enumerate some of the Bill of Rights, which is great and excellent, very important part of our country. It's almost as though we are more prone to remembering and celebrating our Independence Day, but Constitution Day seems a little weird to celebrate, right? I mean, are we celebrating like governmental structure? Is that like, woo, separation of powers, yay, Congress, executive, legislature, judiciary, woo? It feels weird to say we're going to celebrate that. Who puts off fireworks because, you know, we have an executive with a term of four years? I mean, this is not fireworks-worthy material. Let's do the Jewish parallel and see if you can notice the similarities and differences. When did we get our Independence Day in the Jewish calendar? Passover, right? Nisan. We are going through Yetziat Mitzrayim, the exodus from Egypt. We are celebrating our liberation from Egyptian bondage. We are celebrating because we are no longer slaves. We are celebrating because we are now able to head out and go back to the land of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah. We're celebrating because our children will no longer be murdered by despots. That's an amazing celebration. What would be the equivalent celebration for a Constitution Day in the Jewish calendar? 50 days later, Shavuot, the day that we're celebrating right now. Funny how that ended up on our calendar. We don't only celebrate our Independence Day, we don't only celebrate the exodus from Egypt, and in fact, from the day after that celebration, we are already counting through Sfirat HaOmer, the counting of the Omer, towards this day of Shavuot. That is why Aaron was able to say so confidently, 50 days later is the celebration of our Constitution, the celebrating of the giving of Torah, because we've literally counted every day since our independence to our celebration of law, of rules, of commandments, of limits and fences and a new form of theological and cultural, social, and civil shackles. I thought we were getting away from the slavery of Pharaoh, and now we are binding ourselves into a new system of obligations? Yeah. Yay! Right? In Judaism, we say, yay, we're celebrating those new obligations. We're celebrating willingly becoming part of a brit, of a covenant that binds us together, that binds us to God, and uses the vehicle of Torah, of law, of commandedness to achieve that. Because just like the American Constitution, which does not get enough celebration and praise in my humble ex-political scientist mind, the Torah reminds us that a society is not built purely on having independence. A society is built by being independent, by being free to chart its course, and then choosing to bind itself together with a shared understanding of the expectations, the obligations, the responsibilities, the rights, the privileges of those that are within that group. That is the beauty of the Constitution, saying for the first time, officially in a formal way, that a human society would be governed by the governed, that it would be ruled by those who were ruled by it, that it would be bound together for the benefit of the people by the people. And yet Judaism has also said for a little bit longer than 1787 that indeed that is why we celebrate the gift of Torah. We celebrate the gift of Torah not because we're just trying to get on God's good side of, yay, thanks for the rules, but because we recognize explicitly, intuitively, that these rules are a great gift, that they are the necessary gift, the bookend, if you will, from the independence of Egypt towards the fulfillment of our destiny with Torah. That one without the other is incomplete. We cannot be truly free if we do not have the guide, the rules, the commandments to show us how to live within that society together. And we cannot truly live within a society together according to the rules that will bind our people together until this present day unless we are free. Both elements need to come together. Now, Shavuot, unfortunately, as much as Judaism wants to celebrate it, is still kind of the middle child of the Chagim, of the festivals. People are very fond of Pesach, still the most widely celebrated Jewish holiday and activity on the entire calendar, more so even than Hanukkah. Even for people that don't belong to synagogues or anything else, they still do something to celebrate Pesach in some form of a Seder. And many people are very fond of the Sukkot celebrations, the Simchat Torah celebrations that come along with Shmini Atzeret, and all of that feasting and rejoicing, dancing. And both of those are 7 days long. And then there's poor Shavuot, tucked in the middle. And it doesn't get as much attention as it should. It is a shame. It's necessary because it was not only a holiday of celebrating the historical giving of the Torah, but also an agricultural time in the land of Israel, which demanded that people get back to work in the fields, and you couldn't take an entire week off like you could for Pesach or Sukkot. But nonetheless, we need to make sure that we are not letting it just slip by, that we are not letting it disappear, that we are not recognizing the genius of celebrating the gift of instruction. The brilliance of recognizing that it's not just about being free, but it is about being free to live a life according to these rules that will bind us together in a sacred community and allow this community and all of its individual members together to achieve more than they could, left only to their own devices, swirling in a world of anarchy. It's not often that we celebrate limits upon ourselves, and yet Judaism does it daily. And we do it most passionately with this holiday of Shavuot. So, as we continue our celebration, please make sure that you are celebrating not only the ancient wheat harvest, but celebrating the gift of knowing what it is that we have been asked to do. That is the culmination of having the freedom to be able to do it. Shabbat Shalom and Chag Sameach.